So this time I will demonstrate to you how to analyze a practical scenario in Excel. So the scenario is analyzing customer wait times in a coffee shop. So here are the details of the customer wait times. Analyzing customer wait times in a coffee shop. Scenario overview. You manage a coffee shop and have noticed that customers sometimes have to wait too long to get their orders. To improve the customer experience, you decide to analyze the wait times, identify any waste, and apply Lean Six Sigma principles to reduce this waste and variation. Scenario overview. So the first step is to input sample data for customer wait times, example 5 minutes, 7 minutes, etc. Just like all other scenarios, first you have to know what is the current scenario. So first we'll input the sample data and then identify the waste, because once you have the real data for the scenario, only then you can analyze, right? So identify the waste time spent waiting and categorize it, and then use the statistical Excel functions, example average and standard deviation, to analyze the variation. So average is just simply the mean. You add all the numbers and divide it by the number of numbers, and standard deviation shows the variation from the average. Create a simple line chart to visualize improvements after applying Lean Six Sigma. So here I will just show you the definition of average and standard deviation. Average mean. The average or mean is a simple way to describe the typical value in a set of numbers. So it's calculated by adding up all the numbers and dividing it by the number of numbers. So see here we have a sample of numbers from 2 to 10. And then we add all of them and divide by how many numbers are there, and it's 6. Standard deviation. Standard deviation is a measure that tells you how spread out the numbers are in a set. So let's say again, for the first set of numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10, we calculate the average as 6. If the rest of the numbers are very close to 6, then that means it has a small standard deviation. But let's say for a different set of numbers, 1, 6, 11, 16, 21, we have an average of 11 and the standard deviation is large. What does it mean if the standard deviation is large? It means that the rest of the numbers are not really close to the average, means the numbers are really varied. They are more spread out compared to the first set of numbers. So these numbers are really different when compared to the average 11. That means it has a large standard deviation.